Hey, welcome back to Livin' MN Outdoors, and thanks for joining us for this week's fishing report for Mille Lacs Lake, Leech Lake, and Lake Winnibigoshish. Before we get into the report, just want to remind you guys, if you use any of the resorts mentioned in the fishing report, please mention to them that you saw it on Livin' MN Outdoors. And also, if you get out fishing on any of the 3 lakes mentioned, please take some pictures and send them to our email at livinmnoutdoors@gmail.com. Now, let's get into this week's report. Alright, so let's start out on Mille Lacs Lake. So the weather for Mille Lacs Lake this weekend, it's going to be pretty chilly. On Friday, it's going to be in the low teens, a chance of some light snow, but an inch or less. Now the winds are really going to be blowing this weekend on Friday, like 15 to 25 mile an hour winds. Then Saturday, it's going to be single digits for highs, and still those winds are going to be 10 to 15 miles per hour. So if you're planning on getting out there in a hub house, make sure you have a lot of ice anchors and get that sucker anchored down. Now Sunday, once again, single digits. It's going to be windy, but not quite as bad as Friday and Saturday. Alright, now let's start with our resorts. We'll start with Randy's Rentals on the southwest corner of Mille Lacs. I talked to Randy just a little bit ago. He's got Blue City set up. He's got Indian Point set up. There's about 16 inches of ice or more. He's allowing 1-ton diesels pulling up to 24-foot tandem houses. So pretty open for most vehicle fish house combos there. Now he is working on expanding his road system, getting to some fresh water, but due to the weather and ice conditions, he hasn't quite been able to open up those other roads. But stay tuned to his Facebook page because he could be opening those anytime now. Now I asked him about fish house rentals. He said on Friday he has a lot of availability for overnight fish houses. So if you're looking to get up to Mille Lacs Lake, make sure you give Randy a call and get in one of those fish houses Friday night into Saturday. Now as far as the bite goes, he said it's not really a numbers game, but it's that big fish game. They've been getting a lot of big walleyes up there. They're getting some perch, and they're even getting quite a few of those slot fish. Now as far as tackle goes, Randy said plain red hook with a small sucker minnow or a shiner has been producing the most fish, but go ahead and jig a spoon, a jig and wrap, slab wrap, something like that. Call those fish in, and then most of the time they'll bite on that dead stick or rattle reel. So if you guys are looking to get up to the southwest corner of Mille Lacs Lake, go ahead, give Randy a call from Randy's Rentals. Now heading up to the north end of Mille Lacs Lake, Barnacles Resort and Campgrounds. I talked to Sheila earlier. She said they have roads plowed out to the sands, bumps, rock piles in the east side of the East Flats. Now as far as the sands, rock pile, and bumps go, she says they have about 13 to 14 inches of ice. But then on the east side of the East Flats, they have about 10 to 12 inches of ice. I asked her what their restrictions were going to be for this weekend. She said they'll be allowing out ATVs, snowmobiles, side-by-sides. But if you stay tuned to their Facebook page or you call in Friday morning, they might be allowing out some pickup trucks and wheelhouse combos. But that's day-to-day right now. So if you're planning on doing that, make sure you give Sheila a call Friday morning. Now as far as fishing goes, the walleye bite has been pretty good. Once again, use those dead sticks, rattle reels, tip ups, put a sucker minnow, a golden shiner, plain red hook. That's kind of the go-to right now out there. Now as far as jigging goes, buckshot spoons, flutter spoons, anything like that, UV orange, UV green, perch pattern, those have been the best colors out there. Now if you're looking to rent a fish house through Barnacles Resort, make sure you go ahead and give them a call now. I know weekends booked up really fast. They probably still have some weekday availability. And once again, if you make it up there, stop in at their bar and restaurant, get something to eat, get something to drink, and just have a great time out there. So if you're looking to get up to the north end of Mille Lacs Lake this weekend, go ahead, give Sheila a call from Barnacles Resort and Campground. Let's head north to Lake Winnibigoshish. The weather report for Lake Winnibigoshish this weekend, it's going to be pretty windy. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, about 10 to 15 mile per hour winds. As far as the temps go, highs in the single digits on Friday, and then lows in the negative single digits. Now on Saturday, it is going to dip down a little bit colder. There's a low of about negative 15. So make sure you got your heaters on your propane tanks and taking care of that propane so your heaters don't have any issues. Now Sunday, once again, single digit highs, and then the low single digit negatives. But let's get to the fishing report for up there on Lake Winnibigoshish. I talked to Chad from the Pines Resort. He said fishing has still been strong. He said they have about 23 plus inches of ice out there in the bay. They don't have any vehicle or wheelhouse restrictions at this time, so you're welcome to bring any of those combinations up there. Now, he said the best depth for fishing has still been that 8 to 14 feet of water. If you're looking for walleyes, he said along the river channel has been good. And if you're looking to get into perch, bluegills, crappies, those have been found in that about 10-foot range along weed lines. So if you can find a weed line, you have a good shot of getting into some good perch, bluegills, and maybe even a few crappies. And there are some straggler walleyes in those areas as well. Now as far as lures, still that plain red hook on a dead stick rattle reel tipped with a rainbow, a sucker minnow, or a fathead has been producing well, along with smaller white, pink, red, or green jigs. Now if you're planning on jigging, I wouldn't recommend going aggressive. Don't put your spoons on, don't put your jigging wraps on. Just use like a smaller tungsten jig, tip it with a minnow head or a full fathead. That has been producing better than those aggressive methods. Now if you're looking to get a fish house up there, Chad said that the weekends are really booked up, but if you're looking for midweek availability, he said he has availability for fish houses and cabins. So make sure you go ahead and give Chad a call, get one of those booked up as soon as possible. Now the Pines Resort, they also have a bar and restaurant, so make sure you grab some food and a drink and have yourself a good time while you're up there. So if you're looking to get out to Lake Winnibigoshish this weekend, go ahead and give Chad a call from the Pines Resort. All right, now let's move over to Leech Lake. The weather report for Leech Lake this weekend, on Friday it looks like a high of about 15, and then it's going to be dipping down into the single digits overnight. It's going to be pretty windy out there this weekend. On Friday it looks like 10 to 20 mile per hour winds. Saturday 10 to 15 mile per hour winds, and same thing for Sunday. Now the temperatures for Saturday and Sunday, highs are in the single digits, lows are in the single negatives. So make sure you have your propane, your backup heat, because it is going to be a little bit brisk out there this weekend. All right, now for the fishing report on Leech Lake. Horseshoe Bay Lodge, I talked to Cam in Austin this week. They said they have about 18 inches of ice all over out there. Now they did just extend their road another 1.7 miles and got into some more walleye, eelpout, and tulipy territories. I asked him how fishing has been. He said they've been pulling in a lot of 23 to 28 inch walleyes, along with a good number of tulipies and some big eelpout. So if you want to get after some eelpout, now is the time to get up to Leech, get out of Horseshoe Bay Lodge, and pull in some of them grease pigs. Now as far as restrictions go for out there, the only restriction they have is 1-ton diesels pulling 24-foot tandems. That's as big as they're going to allow right now. So covers basically most of your combinations there. Now as far as fishing techniques, he said anywhere from 14 to 24 feet of water, but you need to get on a transition. Now they're getting most of them on rattle reels and dead sticks, plain red hooks, glow red jigs, white and green. As far as jigging goes, glow spoons, glow jigs, jigging wraps, those will call the fish in, and then most of the time they'll bite on the dead sticks. Now, if you do make it up to Horseshoe Bay Lodge, they have a phenomenal restaurant and bar up there, Iron Fire Bar and Grill. And if you get up there in time on Friday, they do have prime rib Friday, so get in there and get some of that prime rib. Now, if you're looking to book a fish house out of Horseshoe Bay Lodge, they're partnering up with J&K Marine out of Walker. So if you want to book a fish house, make sure you give Kim a call from J&K Marine and get that booked up as soon as possible. Now, if you're looking to stay on shore, Horseshoe Bay Lodge has lots of different rooms available. Go ahead, give them a call. You can stay in one of their hotel rooms, cabin, lots of different variations of rooms, and then you can go out and fish throughout the day and evening. So if you're looking to get up to Leech Lake this weekend, go ahead and give Cam or Austin a call from Horseshoe Bay Lodge. Well, guys, that's going to wrap up this week's fishing report. We really appreciate all the support we've gotten on the fishing report so far this year. Our fans have really been awesome. The feedback, the comments, the love, we really appreciate you guys. We hope you're getting out there, catching some nice fish, making some memories with the family, and just having an overall great time. And if you guys aren't doing so, get on out there and get living.